Well, hello everybody. You know, I tried to make this video. I started making this video, and all of a sudden, I'm using a camcorder. Okay, it's a Sony camcorder, pretty good one. Although I bought it like 6 years ago, but it's still pretty good. But it only has you put on a memory card. It only has I guess I need a bigger memory card because it ran out of space right in the middle of the video. Bammo. So, wasted effort. It's a drag. But what's not a drag is the message of this video, which is that that's you, if you publish a small press comic or zine, you can be a member of the UFO, the United Fanzine Organization. That's the longest running and really the only co-op left in small press. Started in 1968 by Carl Gafford. I took it over in 1972. And I became chairman at that time, and now I'm chairman again. 50 years later, who'd have thought, right? But the thing is, the group has longevity, so you can depend on it, you can count on it. And what's it all about? Well, it's all about promoting and encouraging small press, comic book and magazine, small press creators across the board. If you publish a small press comic or zine, you ought to be a member of this group. It's a great group, and if you're a member of the group, you get a lot of free comics and stuff. You get, in fact, every single UFO zine, any zine published that has the UFO symbol on the cover, that would be a member zine. If you're a member, you receive every single copy of every single UFO zine. And there's that little symbol. There's a couple of different symbols, but that's one of them. That's the old one. We have a newer one, too, that looks more snazzy. But, yeah, and this is a Pazette. This is the latest Pazette from Jim Maine. Awesome issue, right? If you're a UFO member, you would have gotten a free copy of this. And that's not all. You get free promotion. If you're a member of the group, you get free promotion. You only have to publish one zine a year. One book a year. I mean, like anybody could do that, So one book a year, at least. You can publish as many as you want, but at least one. And your publication will be listed in the United Fanzine Organization, the checklist, the UFO checklist, which is also in every single UFO zine. There it is, the checklist. So, I give a write-up to everyone who publishes, and you get this free promotion and stuff. This is the United Fanzine Organization newsletter, Tetragrammaton Fragments. It comes out every 2 months, and it features articles and artwork from the members of the group. There's a little more snazzy UFO symbol that you can put on your zine. And for instance, we have Alejandre Michaud, who publishes the Masked Avenger magazine from Canada. If you're a member, you get every single issue of every single UFO publication absolutely free. Here's some artwork. The UFO newsletter it's a place where members can write columns, critique each other's books, encouraging each other, and that was story and art by Jason Bullock. So I wanted to mention that. Jason Bullock, who's also a member of the group. You receive free the UFO newsletter every 2 months. This was a thick issue, like 60-some pages, and you get all these free comics, you get all these free zines, you get the new UFO newsletter every 2 months, you receive encouragement and feedback from the members of the group. You will be allowed access to the private United Fanzine Organization Facebook group. Have to be a member to be, to access that group, and you can see all the goings on, the voting on important matters, artwork, and all kinds of stuff from the members. And it's a very active group. Even now, it's very active. We're always posting, talking, voting. I mean, just having a good time. It's a bunch of comic book guys, right? So we have a ball. I wrote this stuff down because I can't. I'm old and I can't remember everything, but. Some of the best small press publishers out there are now and have been members of the group. Present membership includes Verl Holt Bond, David Brandstetter, Strawman, Jason Bullock, who I mentioned, the great Rob Cooley, Kurt Erickson, Tom Felrath, Rob Imes, who publishes Dickomania, Larry Johnson, who publishes all kinds of stuff, one of the most prolific publishers in small press, one of the best, Tim Kelly, Alejandro Michaud, I mentioned him, Jim Main, the great Jim Main, I showed you Pazit, the latest issue of Pazit, Michael Wagner, and these are all great guys. We also have a lot of subscribers and stuff, people who subscribe to the newsletter. Some of the recent stuff, here's Mantra number 12 that I published recently with a full color UFO symbol right there. This cover is by Gary Barker. I think he did an outstanding job. What do you think? If you join the UFO, I'll send you a free copy of this. It's got a lot of comics and stuff in it. Great stuff by Larned Justin and all kinds of talents. I mentioned Tom Felrath. He's publishing Hologram. This particular little mini comic is not a UFO zine, but he's going to publish an entire series of 12 issues of this as a UFO publication. So you'll get the entire story for free. Recently, I published a remake, a reprint of my first UFO zine. At that time, it was called, not the UFO, it was called the BPP, which is Blue Plaque Publications. And I did a complete cover-to-cover reprint. This cover's by Chuck Robinson, who was a member way back then. And, you know, if you'd been a member of the UFO, you would have gotten a free copy. And this thing costs $7 online, and that's still a deal, you know. But so what do you have to do to get into the group? Well, I mean, there are dues. There are yearly dues. As I said, you have to publish once a year. You have to contribute to the UFO newsletter, which is a pleasure. It's not a chore. It's just at least every 4 months. The thing comes out every 2 months, so every other issue of Tetragrammaton Fragments, you submit a column, maybe a little bit of artwork, whatever you feel like doing. And you get actually 8 issues of TF, of the UFO newsletter. As a member, you receive 8 issues as part of your membership. Yeah, so you have to publish once a year, contribute every 4 months, you know, review and encourage each other, just be part of the group, man. We're a bunch of guys who have a great time. You know, some of us have been around for a while, and but we're always looking for new members and younger members, and so if you're out there, we need you, and we'd love to have you on board. It is $20 a year. Once you're voted in, you can be voted in really quick on the private UFO website, but you have to, you know, if you send all the members of the group a copy of your latest publication, or one of your publications that, you know, recent publication, just send everybody a copy. We'll all vote. We can vote online. It happens really quick. You're in. You're a member, and you'll start receiving all those books and just having a great time with us. So think about it, right? Think about it. If you want to know more, contact me. I'll tell you what. If you contact me, if you respond to this video, I'll send you a free copy of the new Tetragrammaton Fragments with this great David Brandstetter cover, the new UFO newsletter. I'll send you a free copy, and we'll go from there. So, what do you think? Let me know. We need new members. We'd love to have you on board. And, ladies and gentlemen, that's the news for today from Comic Book Land. Everybody have a great day. My pleasure. Thank you. Bye-bye.